So good afternoon, everyone. On behalf of our Board of Trustees, our faculty, our students, and most importantly, our community, I thank you for your support of this project. We're pleased to have each one of you with us today to celebrate the dedication and ribbon cutting of the Western Maryland Works Training Center and Makerspace. Here to celebrate with us is our chair of the ACM Board of Trustees, Mr. Kim Leonard. Vice Chair Jane Belt. And I'm also expecting Michelle Marks, Trustee Michelle Marks, and also Eugene Fraser, who's a trustee and also a city councilman. I'd like to introduce our elected officials, and first of all, Senator George Edwards. We're expecting Delegate Wendell Beitzel. If you're here, please raise your hand. Councilwoman Lori Marchini, I saw you come in. Councilman Roxioni. And Councilman Joe George. We also have Shana Gutcho representing Congressman David Trone, and I'd just like to read a few words from the certificate that she provided to the college. Certificate of Congressional Recognition presented to Allegheny College of Maryland in recognition of the grand opening of the Western Maryland Works Training Center and Makerspace. Thank you for proudly representing our great state and showing the rest of the world our talents. We wish you continued success. Congressman David Trone on this 18th day of August 2022. So thank you for the certificate. Also with us today, we have Jeff Barkley, representing Allegheny County, and Jeff Blanks, ACPS Superintendent of Schools. So thank you for being here today. I think many of you know that Mako is going on right now, so many of our county friends aren't able to be here today. I'd also like to acknowledge our community of donors who generously invest in ACM to better our region, and many of you are in the room, but I'd especially like to recognize Bob Powell. We thank you for your generosity and welcome you to the Makerspace. As each person here today is well aware, Allegheny College of Maryland enjoys an outstanding reputation for providing exceptional academic programs, workforce training, and support services to meet the needs of students, employers, and the community. We are here today to celebrate the progress of the Western Maryland Works. I clearly remember the first day that I stood in this space, not quite here, it was way back there, with Brendan Butler. It was October 31st, 2018, when the Western Maryland Works was launched. This space had all the characteristics of an old, abandoned warehouse, and it was cold and damp. Over the past 4 years, the transformation of the space to a vibrant workforce training development center has been absolutely remarkable. If you would have seen it then and see it now, you could truly see that transformation that has occurred. And we thank all of the great folks who have worked very hard, particularly Becky Rupert and her clerk staff and the faculty who teach here. But we would not be here today if it weren't for our funding partners who have helped to make this happen. And we're grateful for corporate support that we've received, governmental partners from the county, the state, the region, and the Appalachian Regional Commission. I'd also like to especially acknowledge and thank Allegheny County government elected officials and staff for being such strong partners in this project and for the knowledge and expertise to move everything forward. Your investment has and will continue to enhance the economic opportunities for our citizens, our community, by supporting education, job training, career preparation. We are most grateful to you for the vision to make this happen. The future of the region's well-being is dependent on having an educated and skilled workforce, and Allegheny College of Maryland is committed to serving as an educational partner to meet this need. Again, thank you for your investment in this workforce development for our community. And now it is my pleasure to introduce Senator George Edwards, who has served our area for 40 years as an elected official, and he has a few comments to make. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Van Baer. Thanks for the invitation to be here today. What a great crowd here for this ribbon cutting. Someone asked a little bit ago why you didn't do this a long time ago when the first, well, I'll say a long time ago, a while back when first started, but this is starting for this. I was fortunate enough, and you have to try to know how things work in Annapolis. About 2 or 3 years ago, I got approached by Senator Corey McCray from Baltimore City, who had a similar program or looking to start a similar program. I'm not sure if it started at that particular time, but he came up to me and said, you all have a program out there. He said, I want to put a bill in to try to get some money. Of course, we don't turn money down too much out here if we get it for good things. I said, fine. I said, he said, you can be the lead sponsor. I said, no. I said, you be the lead sponsor. And I'll co-sponsor. Well, why would I do that? Because he's in Baltimore City and he's in the Democrat Party and I'm in the opposition party and he has more clout than I did. I figured he'd lead sponsor, he'd get the money. So we did. And then we put another bill in last year, I believe, for $5 million or somewhere. These numbers get all fudged up. To come here, you'll get part of that. You're not going to get all of it, but you'll get part of it. This today shows that we're further ahead than probably anybody else in the state of Maryland when it comes to educating our people out here. When you put this in the mix with the college itself, community college in Garrett County, Frostburg, we have a great, and a K through 12 group, great educational opportunities here for our people. And this is going to allow people to be able to be trained for specific jobs that are definitely in need. Nothing against the 4-year institutions or going to the 2-year institutions, but you're going to find in the future that a lot more people are not going to go to those institutions. They're going to get a certification where you don't have to go as long. You can get a great job, get out to work right away, make more money than a lot of programs you get a 4-year degree in, and you don't have all the debt to go with it. So it's a good thing this comes under the auspices of the college, because this will be one of their main growth factors in the future as Allegheny College continues to grow. So you're doing a tremendous job. Congratulations to Allegheny College of Maryland and all those who participated in this. Those of you who work here, your students get out and get jobs immediately. I was talking to David. They're on demand. People are coming here, want to know when people are going to graduate so they can hire them, making good money and can live here and raise a family. So I've worked with a lot of you in the past. Hopefully I can continue to work with you in the future. You know, I'm not running. I'll still be in office about the middle of January, so if you want to yell at anybody, you can still yell at me. That's fine. We've accomplished a lot. We're going to continue to accomplish a lot of things. If I can ever be of any help to any of you, give me a yell. Thank you very much.
I'd like to now introduce the chair of our Board of Trustees, Mr. Kim Leonard, who has a few remarks.
Put the mic down, George. I'll yell loud enough. You can hear me? Okay, you can hear me now. I can hear myself. Okay, George, you're going to be on every board that we have. So you're going to be a very, very busy man. So, and I'd like to introduce actually 2 people who just walked in. Maren Morris of the City of Cumberland, right here. Michelle March, who is the CEO of UPMC Western Maryland. Is there anybody else that just stepped in that wants to be recognized? Anyway, whatever. Certainly on behalf of our board of trustees and directors, I welcome you certainly here today. Our board is really, really proud of not only this particular institution that we call Makerspace, but also very, very proud of the college itself. Notice I didn't say community college because our college, as Garrett and other community colleges that have in their name, they're colleges of the community. That's really what we need to call them. And they represent the community, they are the community, and the beneficiaries are the community. But getting back to Makerspace again, I certainly want to emphasize just how important the Makerspace can be to our region in terms of economic growth and economic development. Brandon Butler and others have been kind of instrumental in putting this together, so we thank them. But the person really that's been the kind of mainstay and the glue of this whole thing is Becky Rupert. So Becky. That being said, I'm really, really proud of not only this institution, but other institutions that service our area. You notice that we even got a West Virginia bunch in here, George, for you. That's right. Where is he, by the way? Oh, back there he is. You escaped Allegheny College in Maryland. So, at any rate, ultimately, we're really happy that you're here today. We're really proud of this particular facility, and we're looking forward to really developing a workforce that truly represents our area, and we can grow right along with it. So we're happy to do that. Thank you all for coming.
So now it is my pleasure to introduce Sam Griffith, President of National Jet, and Greg Moreland. If you could please come forward.
So I'm Sam Griffith, President and owner of National Jet Company. We're located in LaVale, Maryland, just about a mile up the street. We're right behind Bob Evans. A lot of local people don't know we exist or know what we do. We're an ultra precision machine shop. We supply customers all over the world in aerospace, medical, defense, textile industries, and unlike everybody that has spoken so far has been on the building side of this program, we've been on the receiving side, and I can testify that this program is working. It's honestly, I don't know where our company would be at this point without it. It's a countrywide issue is finding qualified machinists, and for the last 10 years we've had customer base, we've had capital buy equipment, but we couldn't find employees, and we couldn't hire them. We've tried all the recruiting avenues. We tried training on our own, didn't have the resources and the manpower to do so, and ever since the program began, I think 6 years ago on Allegheny's campus, we've been able to hire a graduate every year, and now we're at the point where we're still looking to hire every year, but we're also starting to hire entry-level employees and put them in every year. So we're looking to pick up 2 or 3 employees every year, and they're rock stars. One of them is here sitting next to me, Devin Holbrook. He graduated from the program 2 years ago, and he's ran some very sophisticated equipment for us. One piece, we're one of 2 companies in the world that own this piece of equipment, and he runs it. He's the only one that knows how to run it. So I want to say thank you to Becky Rupert, to Bob Prosser, and everybody who had a hand in building and growing this program. Thank you.
And Greg Moreland, are you here with us today?
Right here, ma'am.
Okay.
Hello, everyone. I'm Greg Moreland. I'm a former dislocated worker for the Luke Mill in Western Port. And I just wanted to say that what a blessing it was to have somewhere to go after 23 years of service to the mill, have somewhere to go to further my education, to see so many dislocated workers find hope through this project that was just being moved into this building whenever I joined the project in mill and machining with Mr. Robert Prosser. It was really a blessing to have something afforded to us and give us hope. Now, to say that I'm working in that field right now, I'm not. I'm a full-time pastor, but I am using a lot of the skills that I gained here through the machining, through the industrial maintenance, and through the welding, because our church is a growing church and we are very instrumental in our community, and we've recently purchased buildings, and I'm doing all the industrial maintenance on the buildings for rehabbing them all. So it is being used, but everyone that came through this program from the Luke Mill that wanted a job in the industry was able to find a job in the industry. All they had to do was apply themselves. The skills that were afforded to each and every one that came here for retraining were beyond our imagination, and we didn't even realize that these programs were out there. I come from a historic military family. Every one of us in my family joined the military, except my youngest brother, and he's been in the police force for 23 years. And after coming out of the military, I worked at the Luke Mill for 23 years. But one thing that I've understood from seeing all the programs that are available right here in this little corner of the United States is that the students that do not want to further their education for 4 years, or do not want to sign up for 4 years to serve their country, have somewhere to go. They have somewhere to go to get a life-giving skill that will provide for their families for years to come. The skills that they are afforded here and the professionalism in which they are taught will allow them to be able to provide for their families and allow them to be able to have a wonderful life ahead of them. And that's not found just anywhere in the United States. There's a time whenever we're in a recession, everyone's talking about recession and things are bleak, but I'm telling you that the skills that are available within this little building right here, this is not a huge footprint for all that you can get out of this building. It seems like a big building when you're looking from here to there, but there is a whole lot of skills in this little footprint. And I can see the need for growth in the years to come. So I would like for everyone to just encourage students that don't want to go to a 4-year college degree or don't want to serve in the military, because there are those that are cut out for those things. Encourage them. Encourage the tri-state area schools. I've talked to different representatives from schools up on the mountain, from the Union Educational Complex in West Virginia. I've talked to people from Kaiser High School. They don't realize what is at their fingertips. These students need to know what is at their fingertips, because there is a high percentage of students that think that they'll be able to make a living in the fossil fuel industry or in the pulpwood industry, and those jobs are dying out. And we need to make sure that they know that there's something else available right here in their backyard. So I just want to thank each and every one that had a part in managing this building from the beginning to now, and to come in today and to see how beautiful it looks and how wonderful the things are shaping up and the growth that has taken place within it, the machinery. It's just spectacular. It's above par. And I just want to say that congratulations to those that have worked so hard, because I can see that you're ready to turn the page, and this chapter is going to be huge. This next chapter is going to be huge. All it takes is for us to get the word out and let these students know they don't have to go into the deep mine, and they're really not there right now, and they don't have to spend time cutting wood forever. There's other jobs. Those are admirable jobs, but there's not enough of them to go around. But one thing there's enough of these jobs to go around. The average age, whenever I started machining, and I'll close this, the average age when I started in the machine shop, I think was 57 and a half, was the average age. They're aging out. And by 2030, if more people don't take these jobs and take this training, we're going to be shipping these overseas. So we not only need this facility for those jobs, these jobs, the welding jobs, the maintenance jobs, the robotic jobs, but we need more facilities like this all across America. And this should be a pilot for other states to take advantage of and learn from.
Thank you, Dr. Bambera. I'm the county rep here today. As Dr. Bambera said, that our county commissioners and our county administrator at Mako currently, but I would certainly like to thank the commissioners, Jake Shade, Dave Caparelli, Creed Brody, for being supportive of this whole venture, and of course, County Administrator Jason Bennett as well. Some of you in this room remember we took a bus trip to Baltimore 4 or 5 years ago to kind of see what was going on down there. We had a couple bumps in the road, right? The bus broke down. It was kind of like, whoa, this is not a good omen on the whole situation, but we made the best of it, and we learned a lot on the trip. And I'm the guy, that acquired this building originally, and it wasn't for Makerspace or Maryland Works in mind at first. I was thinking about putting a prospective business in here, but at the time, County Administrator Brandon Butler kind of twisted my arm a little bit, coming from the workforce development arm, and said, Jeff, you know, this would be a good building. And I soon realized he was right. And he signed my check. But no, it's good. Of course, then we knew that this was an enormous undertaking. Again, when you mentioned how this was a raw industrial building from the 60s, and we knew we had some work ahead of us. I know Becky and I both kind of talked it back and forth, like, can we really do this kind of thing? And happy to report, you know, hey, here we are on a ribbon cutting day that the building was totally transformed, and we created a significant partnership between Allegheny College of Maryland and Allegheny County. It just seems that there's momentum in that field now. I've seen other people here with other various organizations that we've all kind of partnered with here over the last couple of years, and so this is the kind of project that kind of bears fruit, and I'm very excited to see, you know, what the future holds. I mean, we're definitely, we know we're impacting businesses that are currently here, especially with the testimonial from National Jet, and I'm sure there are others, and looking forward to the future here. And also would be remiss if I didn't thank others at Allegheny College of Maryland. I know Becky and David Jones and Kurt Hoffman and others I'm probably missing at this point, but again, just very appreciative. Picked a great day for a ribbon cutting, great weather, and let's see what we can do from here. Thank you.
And now for our star of the show, Becky Rupert, will provide a few comments.
In closing, I just want to thank everyone for coming today. This really means a lot to us, and I'm just so thrilled with the turnout today. Little did we know that 4 years ago, the challenges we would face in opening our facility. In the middle of the building renovations, Verso announced its closure, and we were privileged to provide training for 70 of the 675 employees that lost their job. That came very quickly, and no one really had a lot of time to digest it, but we were able to pull ourselves together, and those 70 started the training actually at the main campus. That's where it initially started, and then we moved to the newly renovated Western Maryland Works in January of 2020 and began workforce development training. That wasn't the end of our hard times, because 2 months after moving into the facility, the pandemic hit. We continued to train following all the CDC guidelines, as well as Governor Hogan's 9 students, 1 instructor, and we had 70 people, remember. And we were able to remain on schedule to allow all students to maintain both their TRA and TAA benefits. The last of the Verso students completed training in March of this year, and I'm happy to announce that nearly 100% of them actually received or took jobs. Most of them in the field, some not, as Greg told you, but most of them did. Since our opening, we have had nearly 150 unduplicated students attend workforce development classes, and nearly 1,000 credentials have been earned. So that's quite a feat for us. There are credentials like NIMS, AutoCAD, Fanuc Robotics, Stratasys, Additive Manufacturing, or just to name a few. Last year, we ran a pilot program with seniors, machining and engineering students from the Career and Technical Education Center. 5 students were bused here 5 days a week, every other week for their machining and engineering classes. And I'm happy to say that this fall, 12 juniors from the CTE program will be attending every other week at our facility, and will have the ability to earn 39 credits and up to 20 nationally recognized credentials before they graduate, all the while fulfilling their high school requirements at no cost to them. We're so thankful to Allegheny Public Schools for this partnership. We are also thankful for our partnership with Chuck Ernst and TEDCO. Chuck actually is housed here once a month and has introduced us to several resources, including our very first monthly member, Hadrian, and I know I will mess up the pronunciation of this. Are you here, Hadrian? Okay, Okay, so it's Hadrian, I think it's Barzia. And we're really excited about that. We're also excited to be signing an MOA today with the Quad State Bodgers Lathe Club, who have graciously allowed us to use their lathe in our wood shop. And they're going to be coming once a month on a Saturday to conduct their meetings here. So we're very excited about that. The overwhelming success of the facility is the result of the support of ACM leadership, many of whom are here today. You heard from Dr. B, which we're very grateful for her support, but we also have our other vice presidents are here, Dr. Kurt Hoffman, David Jones, Christina Kilduff, and my boss, Jeff Kirk, Dean of Continuing Education, is here. Grant funding from various funding streams, of which ARC is a huge contributor, is also important to us. Without ARC, none of this would have been possible. We are blessed with great relationships with our manufacturing partners. Several here are here today. You heard from Sam. I know Mike Otto is here from Northrop Grumman, and they're two of our biggest employers that take our machining students. And there's also a multitude of other small businesses and community partners and trades reps, including the Ironworkers Local 568, which are going to be actually holding their classes in our facility starting in the fall, IBEW Local 307, and the Plumbers and Steam Fitters Local 489. Last fall, we received the great news that our AAS in Engineering Automated Manufacturing Technology had been approved by MHEC. The 67 credit program kicks off this fall. Students will not only earn an AAS, but will have the opportunity to earn nationally recognized credentials. And as we close, I would like to introduce Dr. Tom Strickland, President of Eastern West Virginia Community and Technical College, and his workforce education staff, Dr. Megan Webb and Melissa Shockey. Before I do that, the day-to-day operations facility must be given, the credit for it must be given to the staff at Western Maryland Works, and you'll recognize us in our blue shirts. Countless hours have been put into running courses, maintaining this facility, and they go above and beyond. We have, if you'd wave your hand when I call your name, Dave Smerick, Dr. Jennifer Light, Jaron Bond, Kathy Deal, Denise Ware, Henry Cook. We're missing Alyssa Tomlinson. She's on vacation. Diana Umstadt, Chuck Byram. Gary Taylor is not here today. He has another event at the Career Center. And Bob Prosser. They are my staff, and they are amazing. And one other person, I would be remiss if I did not recognize my dear friend and biggest supporter, Brandon Butler, who had the vision to purchase and renovate this facility and bring the Makerspace to Allegheny County in his role as county administrator. Now, if I could ask Dr. Strickland and Dr. Bambera to come forward. We're very happy to be entering into an agreement to coordinate resources to facilitate the workforce education opportunities between Eastern and ACM in the areas of welding, machining, and industrial maintenance. To us, partnerships are everything, and this is an exciting adventure. I invite you to witness the signing of this MOU before we are dismissed. What this will do will allow our West Virginia students to be able to seek funding through West Virginia, because as you know, we're a Maryland college, and it's a lot easier for us to give scholarships for Maryland than it is for West Virginia. So this will allow them to partner with us, and they'll be able to access the funding, scholarship funding from West Virginia. So it's a great partnership. Okay, so if I could have the elected officials and the board members, if you would come forward, please.
Ready? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Snip.